Hey guys, this is Peter, and a lot of you have asked me about lowering your ping. So the ping is how responsive your network is going to feel. It's important to a lot of gamers. You know, for most of us, you type something in their net and it comes right back with the data and we all feel good about it. But if you're playing some games, like first-person shooter games, it's really important to have a very responsive network because it's sending positional data and you need fast responses. It's actually a matter of life and death in some of these games. But anyway, I found something in this that allowed me to get a lower ping. In fact, the lowest pings that I've ever got. So I wanted to show you that. And it ties in with my last video. In my last video, I've already put a ProxyCast antenna out, and that was a couple videos ago. And I got great improvement in my scores. And then I went and a lot of you asked me about, hey, would I get the same thing? I'm going to show you that, how to look at that exactly. But what I did in the last video is I put up two ProxyCast antennas to say, would I get even better speeds? And I got slightly better speeds, but I was getting better signal. Better signal is going to equal better speeds until you hit, well, as fast as you can go. I think I'm at that point. But anyway, I dropped in my ping or my latency. And that's basically, it calls out to a server, and waits for a response, and measures that time in milliseconds. The faster the response comes back, the better your connection to that server, and there's your latency. So here we go. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I've learned just really briefly, and we'll of course measure the speed and see what we get. But here's your gateway, and if you type in 192.168.12.1, it'll bring you to the software that runs on your gateway. That's a piece of hardware, and well, that will show you the screen. And what I'm going to do here is look at, I have two signals. You want to make sure you have two signals. And I'm getting this one and this one. So here, I'm going to show you how to take a quick look at this. And what this is, well, you have a primary signal and a secondary signal. The first one's your 4G LTE signal, and they marry that together with a 5G signal, and they aggregate the two frequencies together. Now, the speed that you're going to get depends on which bands you happen to grab. I'm going to show you how to get to that. But also, it's going to depend on these scores that we're about to look at right now. So how good is my signal? Well, we used to look at bars. People said, oh, I got 4 bars. Well, it's bars are kind of a marketing construct. And what they're really hiding behind is a lot of technical jargon. So that's what we're looking at right here. This RSRP stands for Reference Signal Received Power. So how powerful is it? So what you want is you want the best score you can possibly get. These are negative numbers. So negative 80 is the line for excellent. Between good and excellent. Negative 76 is above that. It is in the excellent range. Signal to noise ratio. You want to get as close to 20 as you possibly can get to be excellent. Over 20 would be great. I've got 20. That's excellent. Reference signal received quality. So here's another number. You want this to be more than 10, I guess you'd say, because it's a negative number. Negative 8 is more than negative 10. So there we go. That is an excellent score as well. Why is this not 5 bars? I have no idea. I wish they weren't so stingy on their bars. It would make their support calls much, much easier. Anyway, that should be excellent. And anyway, it's only 4 bars, but the proof is in how fast everything is. The next one down, this is my 5G signal. Negative 77, again, is better than negative 80. And that, again, is what we were looking for. Signal to noise, anything above 20. 29 is definitely above 20. And it's reference signal received quality. I'm getting negative 11. Negative 10 would be ideal, but let's call this an A-. So that is the quality of the signals that I'm receiving. That's because of the antenna. Now, if you were getting these kind of scores without an antenna, you don't need an antenna. It's like, if you can see the ball game because you're sitting courtside, you don't need to move forward because you're already there. So if you're getting good scores, then you probably don't need an antenna unless you're getting the wrong bands. Now, I'm going to show you the status bar. We'll click on that. Here we go. Primary signal and secondary signal. We'll spread those out. The first one is B2. That's an excellent 4G LTE band. It has very high bandwidth. The problem with higher bandwidths, the good part is they carry lots of data. The bad part about them is they don't travel as far, but I'm getting excellent signal, meaning these antennas are working out. I'm getting very good signal on a very good band. In fact, it's one of the best bands. I'm going to show you that. But I'm also getting, as 5G, I'm getting N41. N41 is an ultra capacity band, and it is the best that this gateway can pick up. Now, let's take a quick look at what we mean by all these bands. Here's T-Mobile's network, and here's your different bands. Here, band N71 is what they're calling their XR band for extended range. This is what they're putting out on the Florida Turnpike because that enables them to put the minimum number and get the greatest coverage. The problem is that it's 600 megahertz. The band I'm receiving, the N41, is over 4 times faster. And that's, N41 is 2.5 gigahertz or 2,500 megahertz. Comparing 2,500 with 600, exactly, that's what we're looking at. So the other 3 bands that you'll see down here, these are what they call their millimeter wave. These are the ones that, if you're in a sports stadium or you're within 2 blocks of the tower, well, then you can get these kind of bands. From what I understand, it doesn't work with these home networks. So the best you can possibly get is this one. Very good. Now, these are the different 4G LTE bands. Now, 4G LTE also has some XR stuff, if you will. Band 12 and band 71, again, slower. They do cover greater distances, which is fantastic. But they don't have the same ability to carry data. So we were talking about band 2. That's 1900 megahertz. So I'm marrying 1900 with 2500, and that's why I'm getting great scores. I'm getting great signals on 2 great bands. Other great bands, I'm going to skip band 5, but band 4 is definitely there, up to 2100 megahertz. And band 66, technically part of band 4, an extension of band 4, it even says it right there, is also 17/2100. So very, very good options. I getting the best bands I could possibly get and some of the best scores that are in the excellent range. So I'm going to show you this score real quick. I was getting pings of 20 before. Let's see if we can't better that right now. I'm going to click go. The first number you're going to see is the latency score, how quickly this network is responding. 14 millisecond ping. That's excellent. And here comes the speed, how fast I'll be able to download things, etc. And it is time of use related. So I'm getting close to, I'm going to call it 700. Depending on the time of day, I can get much better. I can get 900. And this is the up speed. So I have an excellent connection to my tower, but there's other people that live in my city. So there's 1 million people that live here. So if they're all trying to hit my tower, my performance can suffer. But it looks like I have some bandwidth or some wiggle room here because I'm getting 680 down, 47 up. I did do a test and I can run that for you right now. I can run it from last evening. So here we go. This is from, this morning actually. This was 8:20 in the morning, just when there's less people awake on a Sunday morning. I'm getting a 15 millisecond ping and look at this baby go. 800. 900, I'm into the 900s. So this has to do with your backhaul. How fast is your tower? Well, mine's very fast. And the data I can get when it's not impacted is excellent. The worst scores I can ever possibly see, I live near a school, and when the parents show up to pick up their kids, I guess people start pulling out their phones and, looking at different things. It doesn't matter if they're downloading or not. They'll all get a little slice of the pie. But I'm still over 500. So excellent speeds, excellent deal. I think this has just been a phenomenal service that they provide over at T-Mobile, and I'm hooked. I was paying much more from Comcast with the threats of going over all the time. Now I can watch programs in 4G and take a nap. That's the way I wanted it. Anyway, guys, hey, please give this a like because it doesn't cost you anything. And it won't show up on your voter record. It just simply says you like the video. And guess what? It helps it float to the top. It helps other people find it. It makes it a more compelling video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. I have a bunch of stuff coming up, including 4 different kinds of solar. And, I'm going to get to that right now. Talk to you soon.